Hello folks, and here again is your weekly forecast for Monday the 18th of July through to Sunday the 24th of July 2016. It is week 29. This has been written upon observations made going further into this read. It is done in one take, no editing, relying on the ebb and flow to happen instinctively, intuitively, astrologically. I really have not had any desire to put this reading out due to its content. But because, as I have already stated, honesty is the best policy, come hell or high water. So even before I start this read, I leave it to your discretion because of a certain topic being involved. Also, because of this, I have made this video a lot shorter than the normal ones. The read that is coming up is of a general nature, and as I have already stated, it's not a one-to-one personal read. Therefore, some things will apply, whilst other things will be fair to middling, and other things will just not apply. The theme in general is indeed only a general theme, and must be taken as such. I am writing this read heading not yet having turned over the cards, so I am hoping that this one brings a brighter, happier theme. Here we go. I spoke too soon again. I am looking at the Ten of Swords, brought about in a different position, but nonetheless a 3-week recurring card. The Knight of Cups, which is the King of Cups in other decks, I only use the Thoth deck, which is the Crowley deck, as it is also known, is a mature court card and is generally of the water sign, either Piscean, Cancer or Scorpio. It is a mature card, as this is a general read, can also apply to any sex. Before I go into any detail, I must mention the major trump, as I have always said, are the most important and by far the biggest hitters. Today is the devil. I have not looked any further in detail this far. Obviously I've written this before I have finished, and I do know the outcome, as I am piecing things bit by bit as I move along. The devil belongs to the house of Capricorn, which is the house of career. Now, it is its polar opposite at this moment in time, and indeed, being in the house of Cancer, it is not very comfortable, and Cancer does not welcome this planet of Saturn, which rules Capricorn, as it is very materialistic, very lustful, very desires, against the Cancerian ruled by High Priestess, which has higher values. So it is in its detriment. But interestingly enough, the full moon, which rules Cancer, is in its absolute best place. Now, as I said, this is a house of career, so I'm going to do the career part first before the other part, the less, or the more distasteful part, shall I say. The projection of Capricorn is into the outer world, your work, your business, your status, career in general, how others see you. However, as I've stated, it is in its polar opposite, Capricorn, which is of home. It is ruled by Saturn, the taskmaster planet, requiring maturity, learning, practicality, and of a serious attitude. It is restricting, as I have said in my previous video. The expansion of Jupiter in Sagittarius at present is being restricted by Saturn, so having a suffocating effect, bogging down Jupiter until September. The full moon on the 19th of July takes place in Capricorn, and as Capricorn is in Cancer, this is very prevalent, which, as I've said, Saturn rules. A lot of reflection, which is what the full moon is about, shining a light on things, friendships, careers, etc. But in this part, especially the home front. The possibilities, therefore, being a house of career, is in conjunction to the home, working from home, home selling, or as the Americans will call it, real estate selling, home refurbishments, and things about and to do with home issues. I see also that there is a domestic violence court card, Knight, which is the king, as I have explained in other decks, taking place. I mention this because it is with the devil. This indicates, or can indicate, someone being violently abused or the abuser. Court card and the devil. This is backed up, unfortunately, by the recurring card of the Ten of Swords, bringing about pain through and about this situation. Now remember, I said this is a general theme, but it seems to be highlighted for this coming week. The person being, or the abuser is depicted here, is potentially a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. Before I go further, the part for the beginning of the read I have now added, which you have heard, a further introduction. The general theme is of things being hidden or not seen because of this content or involved with this content. The subject matter is concerned, so I err on silence. Now the interesting thing here, the full moon, and the moon being the ruling planet of Cancer, which is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is in Cancer, is going to have a major bearing on this situation. In other words, it will bring things out and shine a massive light on this situation, bringing things to a culmination, if you like. On the positive, or more, shall I say, pleasant side, the Knight of Cups is also a card of healing, in particular concerning issues of longevity of the past. We do not hide any longer, is what it's also saying, which is the Two of Swords, the general theme, the overall theme of this read. And without hiding any further, this will bring to light and help healing to take place. Again, this is a very difficult and unpleasant read as far as that is concerned, and it is only a general read, so will only be applicable to a certain few, but nevertheless it is highlighted, and it is my duty to say what the cards are telling me. The reason I am doing this, I deliberated greatly to put this read out, but the reason I have done it is because of the relatedness to certain people, and it's highlighting, because of the full moon, circumstances. They cannot be comforted if people remain ignorant or pretend nothing is happening, or are not willing to address a distasteful situation when it arises. Do not maintain silence is a message I am getting also. Do not keep things hidden. Shine the light on these things and let the full moon bring it to its full conclusion. It's now giving you the opportunity to speak out and to bring these issues into the open. Because of this read not being the best of reads, this is a continuation. I am now completely ad-libbing without looking at any notes, because I haven't got any further notes. But the Ten of Swords is a recurring theme, so this is a build-up of things in the last 3 weeks that have been happening, and it still needs addressing, which the full moon will bring to its conclusion, as I have stated. So for people out there, this does apply to. Do not keep things hidden. Bring them to the light, bring them to the surface, talk to people and get some counselling along these lines. Don't keep suffering unnecessarily. Bring these things to a light. Because of this content, I'm cutting the video short and the read short, and hopefully my full moon reading on Tuesday will shed more light and perhaps bring a better read than the last 3 weeks that have been building. This has been John. Thank you for listening.